Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Paryajakara Stottra Sada Srimad Divine Grace Abhay Charanavinde Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Paryajakara Stottra Sada Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Antakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande. All close assembled devotees, All glories to Sambhal devotees. All glories Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutire Ashtaprayeshva Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 87, Text 14. Sri Sutaya Uchu Jaya Jaya Hi Ajam Ajata Dosha Karjabhi Gunam Tvamasi Yad Atmana Sambhavata Smrta Bhagaha अजातजगद्लोचनम् अखिलशक्यया अवबोध्यते अजातजगत् अक्षोऽखिलजगत् शोक्तभोक्तये क्वचिद् अजात्मनश्चरतो अनुचरेण गमः श्रीश्रुतिया ऊचुः जय 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 हि अजम् अजातदोष गभिता गुणानाम् त्वमसि यदात्मना सम्भवत् समाद्भागः अजाजगत्लोक्षणम् अखिलशक्तय अवबोधक्तये क्वचिदात्मना च चरतो अनुचरन्निगमः. Okay, this is very verse, long verse. I will recite word to word meaning. Sri Sutaya Uchuho. The Vedas said, Jaya Jaya, victory to you, victory to you. Jaya Him, please defeat. Ajam, the eternal illusionary potency of Maya. Ajata, O unconquerable one. Dosa, to create disturbances. Garbitham, who has assumed. Gunanam, the qualities of matter. Tvam, you. Asi, are. Yet, because. Atmananam, in your original status. Swambho Vartha, complete. Samsita, in all. Bhagaha, opulence. Aga, non-moving. Jagat, and moving. Okshanam, of those who possess material bodies. Akhilam, of all. Shaktihi, the energy. Avabodhakaham, O you who awakened. Te, You, Quechit, sometimes, Ajaya, with your material energy, Atmananam, and with your internal spiritual energy, Cha, also, Charataha, engaging, Anucharit, can appreciate, Nigamaha, the Vedas. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: The Shruti said, "Victory, victory to you, O unconquerable one. By your very nature, you are perfectly full in all opulence. Therefore, please defeat the eternal power of illusion, who assumes control over the modes of the nature to create the difficulties for conditioned souls. O you who awaken all energies of moving and non-moving embodied beings. Sometimes the Vedas can recognize you as your spot with your material and spiritual potencies. Purport. According to Sri Jiva Goswami, the 28th verse of the prayers of Veda, personified Vedas, text 14 to 41, represents the opinion of each of the 28 major Shrutis. These chief Upanishads and other Shrutis concern themselves with the various approach to the absolute truth, and among them, those Shrutis are which emphasize pure unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Upanishads direct our attention to the Personality of Godhead by first negating what is distinct from Him and then defending some of His important characteristics. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti interprets the first word of this prayer, Jaya Jaya, to mean please reveal your super excellence. The word Jaya repeats out of either reverence or joy. How should I reveal my excellence? The Lord might ask. The Shruti answered by requesting him to be merciful, destroy the ignorance of all living beings, and attract them to his lotus feet. The Lord says, but Maya, who imposes ignorance on the jivas, is full of good qualities. Why should I pose her? Yes, the Vedas answer, but she has taken on the three modes of nature to bewilder the conditioned souls and make them falsely identify with their material bodies. Her modes of goodness, passion, ignorance, moreover, are trained because you are not manifest in their presence. The Shrutis goes on to address the Lord as Ajita, imply that only you cannot be conquered by Maya, whereas others like Brahma are defeated by their own faults. The Lord responds, but what proof do you have that she cannot conquer me? The proof lies in the fact that in your original state you have already realized the perfection of all opulences. At this point, the Lord might object that merely destroying the ignorance of the jivas will not suffice to bring them to his lotus feet, since jiva's souls, even after his ignorance is dispelled, cannot attain the Lord without engaging in devotional service. As the Lord states in His own word, Bhaktyamam Vigraha, I am attainable only through devotional service. To this objection, the Shrutis reply, O my Lord, O you who awaken all energies after creating intelligence and sense of the living entities, you inspire them to work hard and enjoy the fruits of their labor. In addition, by your mercy, you awaken their ability to pursue the progressive path of knowledge mystic yoga and devotional service, allowing them to advance towards in your aspect of Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagwan, respectively, and Jeev and the and when Jnana Yoga and Bhakti mature, you empower the living being to directly realize you in each your three aspects. If the Lord were asked to authoritative evidence to support this statement by personified Vedas, they humbly reply, we ourselves are evidence. On some occasions, such as now, the time of creation, your consort with your external Maya potency, where you are always present with your internal energy. At this time, such as the present, when your activity is outwardly manifest, that we, the Vedas, recognize you in your play. The purport continues. Thus, endowed with authority by their personal association with the Supreme Lord, the Shrutis promulgate the process of karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti as a various means for the conditioned souls to employ their intelligence, sense, mind, and vitality in the search of absolute truth. In many places, the Vedas glorify transcendental personal qualities of the Supreme. The following verse appears in Setafisha Upanishad and Gopalatapani Upanishad and the Brahma Upanishad. एको देवा सर्वभूतेषु पुनः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतानात्मना कर्मभदक्ष सर्वभूतैवेश्वरः शखी चित्त केवलो निर्गुणस्तस्. The one Supreme Lord lives hidden inside all created things. He pervades all matter and sits within the hearts of all living beings. As the indwelling Supersoul, he supervises their material activities. Thus, while having no material qualities himself, he is unique witness and giver of the consciousness. The Supreme Personality personal qualities are further described in the following quotation from the Upanishad. Yaha sarva jnana sa sarva vid yasya jnana maya tapaha. He who is all knowing, from whom potency of all knowledge comes, he is the wisest of all. He is the Lord and controller of everyone. The he who resides within the earth pervades it, whom the earth does not know. Okay. The Lord is the Lord's role in creation is mentioned in many statements of Shrutis, and the Brihad Akarnya Upanishad states that he desires I will become many, and the phrase so here implies the Lord personality is eternal, is even prior to the creation of the absolute truth, experience the desire, and desire is an attribute unique to the person. The Artya Upanishad similarly states that he saw and his power sent forth the creation. Here is the word Tat Teja refers to the Lord partial expansion Mahavishnu who glances upon the Maya and thus manifests the material creation. Or Tat Teja may refer to the Lord's impersonal Brahman feature. His potencies all prevails an external existence as described in the Brahma Samhita. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti vaseshu vasada vivinoti vinnam tad brahma nishkalamanantam ashesha bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is endowed with the great power, the glowing effulgence of his transcendental form in a impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, which displays the varieties of countless planets in their different opulences in millions of universes. And in the swimming of this verse, Sri Sridhara Swami prays. All glories to you, O unconquerable one. Please defeat the influence of your eternal Maya, who covers all moving and non-moving creatures, and who rules over all the modes of illusion. Without your influence, all these Vedic mantras would be powerless to sing of you as the ocean of transcendental qualities. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Gnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunvitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshacharini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So it has elaborate purport, you know. This is just unlimited glories of Krishna. This is one part and parcel, you know. When we hear these Shrutis are glorifying Vedas, in this purport there is a conversation between the Lord and the Vedas personified. We think that Vedas does not have a form, Shruti does not have a form, but they have a form. They are glorifying the Lord because Lord is the person who is ultimately glorified and who is the only person to be glorified in this material world. And no other person can be glorified. That's why we say Jaya Jaya. When we finished our kirtan, we say Jaya Om Vishnu Padman. It means Jaya means all glories, all victory. That's why we should say Jai whenever the curtain opens, whenever the arti begins, whenever arti ends, whenever kirtan ends. We should say Jai, victory to you. This is not manifested by some person, or it's not manifested by some of the oh, it makes a rhythm, or it is just like that. It is manifest, it is created by Shrutis, Vedas. Jai means victory. So here we see that this absolute truth, Lord Krishna, is being glorified, and they were being asked questions, and how can we overcome the illusion and energy and of the conditioned soul. They are not praying for themselves, they are praying for all the conditioned soul. That is the mercy of the Vedas, not only Vedas, all the Acharyas also, like Srila Prabhupada and our big Acharyas in our parampara. They are always worried about conditioned souls because they know that the energy of illusion, and they know the potency of Lord Krishna. That's why they were able to worry about the conditioned souls. How can they, you know, elevate? How can they recognize? And how can they understand how this energy is so powerful? Krishna himself he said in Bhagavad Gita, Daivesha gunamai mama maya durataya mami me prapatyante maya etam tarandite. It is very, very powerful to overcome my energies. Srila Prabhupada says, we should be careful about two things. One is Krishna's Maya energy, and one is Krishna's potency, or our our capacity. So if we are not serious about Maya, then you will be easily overtaken. Or if it is only serious about Krishna, then it will also be easy. Because we have to understand seriousness of Maya and seriousness of Krishna consciousness. Both we should be, you know, understand. That's the both we should understand carefully, and follow our devotional path. Whatever the tools what are the things that we are given by the acharyas. So acharyas have given so much to us, You know, it is sometimes we think that oh they are in that so condition, that's why they are praying. No, they are praying on behalf of us because we don't know how to pray for the Lord. First of all, when you know what is your condition, then only you will pray. If you are ignorant of your own condition, then how can you pray for the Lord? You know, one time Indra got cursed to become a hog, to become a hawk. So he was not there in that position, and Brahma requested, why came to Indra and asked him, you, Indra, what are you doing? You should rule the heavenly planet. And Indra thought, who are you to tell me? I am happily living with my wife, children in this nice filthy place. This is my happy life. Why should I come there? So the Acharya as a Brahma, he has to make understand himself in Indra. So what is his position? So the Acharyas has got so much importance in our life. Today we are celebrating Advaita Acharya's appearance day. You know, who is Advaita Acharya? What is his purpose? See, all over the world, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories, Nityananda Mahaprabhu's our glories are sung. How? Without Advaita Acharya, we cannot do that. Advaita Acharya is the first associate, you know, among Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appeared on the earth 50, 60 years ago, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mm. So Advaita Acharya recognized is also a combination of incarnation of Mahavishnu and Adi Shiva. They both together in combined is called Advaita Acharya. Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva. They both together. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that the Mahavishnu is the master of universe which he creates through the power of Maya. Advaita Acharya is incarnation of the Supreme Lord. He is also known as Advaita because he is none other than Hari as Acharya because he is a preceptor of devotion. So I take the shelter of Supreme Lord Advaita Acharya, who is incarnation of the devotee. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it says, Mahavishnu Jagat Kartaha Maya Yaha Srijataha. So this is the importance of Advaita Acharya. The Advaita Acharya's spiritual master is Sri Madhavendra Puri. And after Madhavendra Puri, Ishwara Puri, and after Ishwara Puri, Sri Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra also made their appearance. So when we glorify, when we sing in the glories of Advaita Acharya, or any in that matter, any Acharya, our existence become purified. It is not that they need our glorification because they are transcendentalists. They don't need anybody's glorification because Advaita Acharya was praying intensely with a roaring. He just offered with a little to Saligram a little water, tulsi, chandan. It is not a question of what he offered. It is a question of how lovingly he offers. It's like this. I can offer you anything. You may take it or not. But with a loving and with affection, if I offer, you will at least accept it. You may not use it, you may not eat it, you may not. So that is the mood that we should offer. Whether we are offering a bhoga, whether we are offering a prayers, whether we are offering a kirtan, whether we are offering anything in that matter. So Lord asking us, Patram Pushpam Palam to Yome Bhakta Prayashate Tadham. So what is that? Patram Pushpam. It is even the poorest man on the planet, he can offer at least a water, a leaf, a flower. If he does not have anything, at least he can offer water. So Lord is not asking out of hunger or out of thirst. He's asking your love and affection. Srila Advaita Acharya is a personification of love of Godhead because he he himself, you know, he got the love of Godhead. He does not require, if I am situated in a nice position, if I am got everything in my life. Normally, we don't care for others, people in general. We may show that to affection to our expansion of a family members, friends, relatives, but not in people in general. Advaita Acharya has that heart for he is feeling for the conditioned soul. He is able to understand what conditioned soul suffering. So that's why we should understand, you know, how Advaita Acharya is very, very important. And he was born in 1434 in Navagram, Bengal. His To his parents Kuber Pandit and Srimati Navadevi. They were originally inhabitants of Navagram near village Srihatta, but later they moved to Shantipur on the banks of Ganga. And he disappeared in 1559 at the age of 125 years. 125 years he lived. So, Sri Advaita Acharya studied the Vedas and other scriptures under the scholar named Santacharya in Pulahati village near Shantipur. He was awarded as title Acharya. Before the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the Vaishnavas, devotees, Navadip were used to gather in the house of Advaita Acharya. And in this meeting, the Advaita Acharya preached the basis of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In the house of Advaita Acharya, the devotees took pleasure in the Krishna Katha, worshipping Krishna, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Advaita Acharya was a spiritual guru and had many followers. Sri Chaitanya's order, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before he comes, he ordered Charadeko Tareko Krishna Upadesh. He followed very nicely. And his older brother, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's older brother, Vishwarupa, used to visit Advaita Acharya's house every day to engage in chanting and dancing in Nam Sankirtan. So, in that time, Sri Vishwarupa, he was always going to the Advaita Acharya's house. Eventually, what happened? Vishwarup suddenly disappeared. Nobody knows where he gone. Then, and he took sannyas. So Sachimata was upset. And one time, what happened? When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do Sankirtan in the closed room, doing Kirtan day and night, you know, Sachimata was asked, I want to see the Mahaprabhu's Kirtan. And and also not Sachimata, sorry. So she offended Advaita Acharya, and during the dancing, suddenly Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell into ecstasy, and in that time Sachimata was not feeling the transcendental bliss. So everybody asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happened? Is she's your own mother? You know why she's like this? She's not feeling ecstasy. She's not feeling devotion. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked, and he answered. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my mother offended Advaita Acharya in her mind because she thought that, you know, my elder son Vishwarup, who used to visit every day, who used to go to every day, go to the Shantipur and Advaita Acharya house to listen Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, to do Harinam Sankirtan, and he went to do sannyas. And I lost one son, and in the show she thought she's an offender. So that's why she did not feel ecstasy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this her, so that's why Vaishnava offense is very, very, you should be very careful. And she, when Advaita Acharya, actually Advaita Acharya did not feel offended, but still Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recognized, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that you have offended my devotee. For Lord, there is nobody above than devotee. He can kill his own son. Lord has his own son. He can kill his own son if he offended. We see that pastime, you know, in the Narakasura pastime, his own son he killed because he offended the devotee. So Krishna is not tolerating anybody who does offenses to his devotee. For him, devotee is above. Whether if it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, father, son, if he is offended his devotee, he is an offender. He is a sin, and he does not tolerate. So Advaita Acharya, there are many unlimited glories. You know, this is one of the glory. So the Advaita Acharya he used to spend day and night in Sankirtan. He spends most of his adult life in Shantipur with his wife and family, where he became the well-respected leaders of all the Vaishnava community and encouraged everyone to follow the path of bhakti, loving service to Lord Sri Krishna. Seeing all around him growing his tendency for the people, abandoned the spiritual practices, pursued wealth, and short-lived materialistic gains, Advaita Acharya felt great pain. He sees this, uh, um, in his village, nobody is interested in pure devotional service. Everybody is interested in great scholarly studies, material life, opulence, and nobody is doing spiritual practices. He feels this is great pain. Only he can understand what is the pain. One may think that, okay, if he is materially rich, if that person is very rich, opulent, what kind of suffering is he going through? Correct? If a person is very rich, we cannot see his suffering, but only Acharya can see his suffering because he can understand if he is materially fully opulent, he cannot understand Krishna. That's why Kunti Maharani says, Janma Ishwarya Shuta Sri Edamana Madapuna. Opulence, big, taken birth in the rich family, an aristocratical family. These are all become hindrance, the obstacles to the path of spiritual life. So Advaita Acharya used to see that he has that vision. That's why he could able to feel, you know, sorry for them. We cannot have that vision. If he rich man walks in, he sees that he donates money. We cannot see, okay, he's very nice guy. We can appreciate him, but we cannot see his suffering. Only Acharya has that vision. So that's why he carried great pain. It is said that Advaita Acharya prayed frequently to the Lord for several months. He worshipped his Saligrama Shilas with a sacred Tulsi leaves Ganges water calling out aloud, Lord, manifest show a way the worldly people to reach eternal spiritual abode. So in this age, Kali, Lord will not appear at the call of mere mortals. Knowing this, he pleasure plenary expansion Mahavishnu appeared, compelled Sri Krishna himself manifest in his magnificent avatar. So Lord will not come if I call or you call or somebody ordinary person will call. There has to be a qualification person who calls. If for example, if you are holding a function or if you are holding any ceremony in your home, okay, if you wanted to call a VIP, if you send your servant and ask him to come, oh, my master is doing some function at home, please come. Will he come? He doesn't come because I know owner of the house should go and ask with a humble mood. Then only he comes. If you ask, we are okay, we are holding a Nityanand Trayodasi, you know, you ask Grand President, we should come. No, he won't come. Who is authority is there? Is a person who's a big, then only he will come. Otherwise, he is not coming. A person ordinarily influenced or a person who is temporarily in that position, if he will not come with your casual invitation. A person who is glorified by Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, great Mahajanas, and great demigods like Indra, Chandra, and Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Do you think he will come? No, that's a reason Advaita Acharya is here to call out the Lord. So by the momentum of his spiritual fervor, his loudly cries, precise, covering the material universe, echoing through the transcendental Vaikuntha lokas, reaches the ears of Sri Krishna in Goloka. Hearing this urgent cry situation, Sri Krishna advent himself at the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Mayapur, Bengal. So, Jaya Jaya Advaita Ishvara Avatar Krishna Avatari Kali Jagat Nistara. So, Jaya Jaya Advaita Ishvara Avatar Krishna Avatari Kaliya Jagat Nistara. All glories to Advaita Prabhu, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He induced the Krishna to descend and this deliver the entire world. So, when he descends, people like ordinary person, they misunderstand him. They consider him an ordinary person. Even in during his presence, people consider him as ordinary person, not anybody. His own servant. Advaita Acharya used to have one servant. You know, he has some. He has to pay somebody debit. You know, he has to taken a loan from someone, and he has to repay back. So what happened? The servant understand that, oh no, oh my master took a loan from somebody. He has to return it timely. You know, I have to do something. He thought that this is an ordinary master. He writes a letter to the king and asking him for the loan. You know, he is a Mahavishnu, entire big universe float. You know, big universe manifest through him. It is just a pastime. I forgot his name. That he has some servant, and he writes letter to the king and asking him to repay that loan. Somehow or the other, that letter falls into this. No, he wrote that letter. That letter falls in the eyes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he sees that, and he thought that this servant of Advaita Acharya, he thinks Advaita Acharya is an ordinary person, and he calls him and chastises him. So even an ordinary person, not only ordinary person, even you cannot recognize your own master, who you are, who is he. So that's why we should be very careful enough. So there are many unlimited glories of Advaita Acharya. So one I said one glory. When Kubera Pandit and Nava Devi disappeared, Advaita Acharya went to Gaya to perform their Pindap Dan ceremony. Then he continued the pilgrimage of tour of the holy places in India. So he was traveling all the holy places. He came to Vrindavan, became absorbed in Krishna, worshipping Krishna. He discovered the vicinity of Sri, deity of Sri Madan Mohan or Madan Gopal, which later entrusted to the care of Chobe Dhaba in Mathura. Before continuing his pilgrimage tour, it was the deity was later served by Srila Sanatana Goswami. So the same deity, Chaube used to worship Sri Madan Mohan, and that was handed over to the Sri Sanatana Goswami. The Advaita Acharya has two wives. One was named Sri and another was Sita. In the Gaura Gandharva Deepika, it is written that divine Yogamaya took the form of Advaita Acharya's wife Srimati Sita Devi, and that Sri is her Paksha expansion. Praksha expansion. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives a history of Advaita's sons. Sorry, Chaitanya Charitamrita gives the history of Advaita's sons. One of these, Achyutananda, is described as in the Gauragona Deepika, Gauragona Desha Deepika as an incarnation of the Kartikeya, the son of Lord Shiva. Obviously, he is a expansion of the Lord Shiva. He has a son of Lord Shiva, Kartikeya. So Chaitanya Charitamrita gives the history of Advaita Acharya's sons. So Advaita Acharya Prabhu's Leelas are too mystical to be understood by mundane intellects. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, glorified Advaita Acharya, described the underlying truth that is nature in the following way. Advaita Acharya is a God himself. As a result of his association, I have become purified because there is none equal to him developing to Krishna or knowledge of the scriptures. He is called Advaita Acharya. By his mercy, even Malechas become devotees of Krishna. Who can describe the extent of his powers of devotion? The Nrsimha Saligrama Shila deities made images of Sri Madan Gopal. So the places of one cannot understand if he thinks even Malechas can understand Advaita Acharya's glories if he is sincere and serious. And nobody is equal to him. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies. So in that same mode, we also, if somebody thinks that okay, without worshipping Advaita Acharya, I can only worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will be, fallen. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu won't accept this. So through the Advaita Acharya, he accepts the worship. That's why before calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, we call Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasati, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. If we just call only Sri Krishna Chaitanya, no, that will not make complete without Advaita Acharya. So we also pray in that same mode. We call for the Lord. Of course, we need qualification, but when you follow the process of bhakti, when you call out with a sincere heart, Lord also manifest in our heart at the same mood. So that's why we pray for his lotus feet, so that we also follow path of bhakti, follow him, his instructions, and in the same way how he call out the Lord, we should also call out, so that all the anarthas that he is there in the heart can be destroyed, and love of Godhead will be manifest. Yeah. We'll stop here. Any share comments? Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री अद्वैताचार्य की जय, गौर प्रेम।